This week, I'm gonna do a little state hopping. I'm gonna hunt my home state of Tennessee with my dad, and I'm gonna hunt Kentucky. I got Kentucky tag left. We got 2 properties that are right on the border, so we're gonna try to make the most out of this trip.
Turkey Hunter is brought to you by Browning, the best there is.
Well, there's just something about hunting your home state. We're fortunate we get to hunt several states, but it's always special coming back home and do a little turkey hunting. And we got several properties there at the house. Dad and I manage 4 turkeys, and this morning we're gonna head out and see if we can't get one of our hometown turkeys on the ground. We're running a little late, but I think we'll be all right. Back in Tennessee, hunting a small piece of property. We've hunted it once, saw a bunch of hens. Really didn't hear or see a gobbler, but in the last couple of days, gobblers showed back up. He was here yesterday, and a couple of days before that, strutting out in this food plot. We cut the food plot and the clover plot, and they've been using it pretty regular, so we're gonna slip out there and get set up. I think he's roosted on this creek bottoms. Let's get him. Maybe we'll get Tennessee gobblers more. All right, we set up. Beautiful clover plot right here. Maybe he'll let us know where he's at here. Well, this bird gobbled good at daylight, but he hits the ground with hens and he shuts up for about an hour. He gobbles again and then gets quiet again for a long while. This is a small piece of property, so we just hang tight. And I keep watching my phone, checking my cell cameras, and sure enough, at the water tank to our right, this bird shows up and he's getting him a drink. So I throw a call out just to see if he'll gobble.
Well, it was unusually cold this morning, but we got us a turkey here in Tennessee. This is the second time we've hunted in Tennessee this year. We've been all over the southeast and the Midwest chasing turkeys, and we just now got back to Tennessee. But got us a bird this morning. I've been watching him on the cell cams. We got a clover plot right here. Dad and I put this in every year, and turkeys just absolutely love it. There's dust bowls all the way around it. I've been seeing this guy strut a lot out here, and we got a water tank over the rise there that I also have a cell cam on. And they hit that pretty regular as well, especially on a warm day. But wasn't nothing warm about this morning. Like I said, he gobbled right at light, gobbled good, but when he hit the ground, he shut up. He gobbled probably an hour after that, after the hens started, filtering out a little bit, and he got quiet. But I knew he was going to end up here at some point during the day. And about 11:30, I look at my phone, and sure enough, he's standing up there at the water tank and getting him a drink. And I yelped to him, and he gobbled, and shortly thereafter, he was coming out the edge of this clover plot right here. And he's a subordinate bird. There's a lot of turkeys around this area, so he saw the decoys. I got a jake out and a hen, and he wasn't scared, but there was another hen, a live hen out here, and he kind of blew up in strut. And he just wasn't going to come to these decoys. He started veering off, and I knew that I better take the shot. And I yelped at him, and he blew up in strut again, kind of stuck his head up, and the Browning reached out there and touched him, coupled with that 6.65 Indian Creek, Vortex Red Dot, and Apex 9-shot, 2 3/4. 45 yards, he didn't stand a chance. But it was a good hunt here in Tennessee. We've killed a bunch of birds on this clover plot, and clover absolutely draws turkeys. They like to bug in it, they like to eat the clover itself. And they get out here, they got dust bowls all the way around this thing. It's great for turkeys. What a great hunt here in Tennessee. Well, that was a great hunt in Middle Tennessee. Now we're heading up north. We're gonna head to Western Kentucky, and we're gonna do a little border hopping. All right, guys, we are in Kentucky. Made a trip yesterday up here. Weather was actually calling for some rain. That's why we come a little later, but it never rained. Imagine that. But anyway, we got here yesterday and we scouted some places. Buddy's been running some cameras and been seeing several gobblers. So anyway, we found a place set up yesterday on a bird that's been showing up in this food plot pretty much every day. We're gonna try him this morning, and then there's some more birds on the other side of the farm right here that we'll probably try if we strike out over there. So anyway, we're gonna head to that food plot and get set up before daybreak. The moon's pretty bright, but I don't think he's roosted right on the field, but you never know, they might surprise you. We're gonna easy now get set up, maybe get a Kentucky bird this morning, and then we're gonna hop right over the state line, do a little Tennessee hunting. So that's the beauty about being right there on the state line, is you can state hop. So let's go kill a turkey. Well, as it gets daylight, there are birds to our right and to our left. And they're both a pretty good piece off. But the one to the left is across the property line in there about 400 yards, and he's progressing. He's coming in hot. The only problem is we got a fence to our left, and he's got to come over that fence to get to the decoys. Well, I could see the bird on the fence, and sure enough, I guess he laid eyes on the decoys. He flies the fence. He's right on the fence. There he comes. I don't know where he is. Oh, I see him. He's right there. Right there. He's coming.
What about that? I was torn to pieces when he was whooping that decoy.
Turkey Hunter is also brought to you by Apex Competitions, Indian Creek Shooting Systems, Foot on the Head Game Calls, Grounded Brand Turkey Vests, Apex Ammunition, and Vortex Optics.
Enter the Apex Outdoor Rewards Turkey Challenge in your state. Over $120,000 in cash rewards. Limited number of entries allowed statewide. Every bird is a possible winner. Reward your passion at apexoutdoorrewards.com.
Well, this Kentucky bird flew the fence and put on an absolute show with the decoys.
I'm talking about sharp, good 3-year-old turkey. He broke that one right there off on the decoy. He whooped a fool out of it, let me tell you. Well, here he is, guys, and he's a beautiful 3-year-old bird. I'm tagged out here in Kentucky. Can't thank our bud here in Western Kentucky enough for letting us hunt. Anyway, at daylight, a bird to our right started gobbling pretty good, you know, and there's property line right here to our left, about 100 yards, and sprayed freshly planted cornfield. And this turkey gobbled a little bit after daylight, but he was across that field. And I just got fired up. I got to cutting real hard, and they both got to gobbling on each side of me, and this one started progressing. But there's a fence over there. There's really, the only way these birds can get across it is to fly it. And I did not think he'd do it. He finally made it to the fence at about 115 yards and strutted up and down it, and I was soft calling, gobbling. I think he got to a point where he could see these decoys out here though, and he couldn't stand it anymore. He flew across that fence. I actually watched him do it, and he landed on top of it and rocked a little bit, then hit the ground. I said, it's go time. Come to the decoy, put on a show, and I'm tagged out here in Kentucky. Man, what a hunt. That was pretty awesome, wasn't it? That was a great, great hunt.
Well, now it's Dad's turn. We're heading to Tennessee, about 15 minutes down the road, and he's itching to get a browning in his hands.
We're hunting here in Tennessee today. We built a bushwhack shack in here yesterday, and there's tons of sign up here in this little dirt road there where they're spending a lot of time strutting. I think it's just a gathering place for them, but hopefully we get slipped up in here undetected and just kind of wait them out. It rained a little bit last night, but rain's gone. Weeds go to drying out, them turkeys will get to stirring, so I'm fired up about it. Let's see if we can get one.
Well, after a few calling sequences, we finally get a bird to gobble over the rise in front of us. Sure enough, the whole flock is with him.
You talking about a great hunt. We're in Tennessee this morning. We've been bouncing back and forth between Kentucky and Tennessee. Russ got a bird in Kentucky, and we came over here and scouted this spot out and noticed a ton of sign over here to our right on this dirt road there where they've been strutting and dusting, just unbelievable sign and droppings. All was quiet, never heard a peep out of them or anything. And then lo and behold, at that magic time, about 10 o'clock, one of them gobbled there just over the rise, and he slow rode off that hill, came straight to the decoy, and hit the decoy there and knocked the decoy plumb over the ground. Was so hard I couldn't get the stake in the ground real good this morning, but what a great hunt. Just had a great time, and one I won't soon forget. And owe all of it to Mr. Chad Leatherwood. I can't thank you enough for having us and treating us to such a good time.
You bet.
And look forward to possibly getting to do it again in the future.
We'll do it. It's our pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Well, it's a few days later, and Dad and I head back to hunt with Chad. We set up of the afternoon, do some light calling, with no luck. But right at dark, I hit my coyote howl, and sure enough, we squeeze a gobble out of one, so we know where to be the next morning. Well, we set up about 150 yards from this bird the next morning in a cut over. Perfect setup, and he's answering the call really good. Well, this bird finally appears in the logging road. Only problem is he's got a hen. And eventually the hen cuts right. And when she does, he follows suit. Well, evidently she went to nest, because it's not long after that we look up and he's coming right back out into the logging road. And this time, he's closing the distance. Well, this bird finally gets to a point where I know I can kill him with my Browning. The Indian Creek, the Apex ammunition, coupled with this Browning, I know I can get it done. So I go ahead and I take the shot.
He was done. Hey, about 60 yards.
Well, here we go, guys. We got him dead here in this cut over. We did our homework last night. We were kind of discouraged going back to the truck, and I just got my call out, and I coyote howled when I did. This bird hit, and he come out, he strut, he could see the decoys, and you could tell he was subordinate. And he's got a couple of injuries on him, and I think that's why he really didn't want to fight. And finally he cut right and looked like he was done, looked like he was leaving. All at once you could see the head come back, and he finally committed and started coming. And he got past that green, which is about 60, 65 yards, and I knew that Browning would do it with that Apex ammunition. Sure enough, it folded him up, made a great shot. Can't thank Chad Leatherwood enough for having us out here. Dad killed a bird last week. I killed a bird this week. He put us on them, and we can't thank him enough. Man, what an awesome hunt.